So you're thinking of moving to Arvada, Colorado, but you're not sure of its overall vibe or what it's got to offer. Well, in this video, we'll take you around Old Town Arvada here, and then we'll jump in the car, hit some neighborhoods, check out some properties in 3 different price points to see what fits in your budget. And with that, we'll get after it right now. Now, my name's Adam. My partner Sydney and I and our team, we get calls and texts every day from people just like you, whether you're thinking about moving in 9 days or 90 days. We love to help people make that smooth move out here to the Mile High City. As I mentioned, we're in Old Town Arvada, coming up to the Denver Beer Company Arvada location here on a Tuesday. People are living their best life, basically. It's a great day. You can get your free husband daycare on right there. So, you know, if that's a good indicator of the vibe here in Arvada and Colorado in general, I would say that it's happy and friendly. You know, Arvada here is a suburb of Denver. We're northwest of Denver proper, about 10 miles or so, so not that far. We've got public transit actually right at the end of this street here that'll take you all the way downtown, or you can take it west out to Golden. As I mentioned, this is Old Town. We just passed Denver Beer Co. Got your fuzzy tacos right there. Got a coffee house and ice cream store right here. Unfortunately, it looks like that bookstore, t-shirt store is closing, but this whole area has been infused with a lot of business. It used to be kind of sleepy 10 or 15 years ago. So as you can tell right now, people are out enjoying the sun, walking their dogs, getting some libations. Got some people eating lunch up there. So overall, Arvada, the suburb itself, it's actually pretty wide. It keeps going to the west more and more as people move in here. I think we've got about, just over 150,000 residents now, last time I checked. And this being the Old Town part, it's on the far east of Arvada itself. So, you know, the original library is right here. One of the first ones in the city. We've got a nice courtyard. Do some splash pad stuff going on in the summertime. Got, you know, water fountains and everything. People with their kids come through and play in the water. Colorado is a dry state, so anytime you can find something to do that involves water, it's close to the house and free, you got to jump on it. So that's just a little bit of the Old Town part here. I mean, got the Arvada Tavern. They got some live music upstairs. It's pretty cool. You got to go through a phone booth to get up there, so not everybody knows that there's an upstairs part in the Arvada Tavern there. It's that Army Navy surplus. Got the schoolhouse here. They got a nice rooftop deck up there. Probably be opening up pretty soon. And you got these cool dogs with their goggles on. That's pretty fun. They look well behaved as well. I think they're gonna get some sort of picture going, so that's fun. A good representation of Arvada and Colorado in general. People doing fun stuff, living their best life. You know, we could keep going down. This is Old Wadsworth, then Grandview goes east and west, so you can hit some spots there. But at this point, I think I'll just wrap it up. We'll hit some neighborhoods, drive up and down just so you can see what the houses look like in and around Old Town, and then we'll hit our other neighborhoods and get after it right now. Alright, so we just left Old Town Arvada, hitting our first house here, built in 1985, listed at $449,000, 3-bed, 3-bath, just under 1,500 square feet, $1,498. So that puts us right at that $300 a square foot mark, which is, you know, right where you want to be. If you can get anything less, it's a good deal. At least here in Arvada, on a nice cul-de-sac. Got some neighbors doing some landscaping out there. It's a beautiful day in February. We just had a snowstorm, but the good thing about Colorado is you know, it snows and then the sun comes out and all of it melts. At least if you're north facing, right? A lot of people may not realize this, but in the summertime, the sun is at a different position. So if you're facing north, your driveway and sidewalks melt. You can see these guys still have some snow in their yard. Not too big of a deal, because generally, like today, it's near 50. Gorgeous day. This neighborhood's another quiet neighborhood. And Arvada is generally going to be more family oriented. I know myself, we moved out here back in the 90s from Florida and landed in Arvada because our family just felt like it was home. So like I said, we're just up north from Old Town Arvada, another neighborhood with similar homes. A lot of them are these two-story homes, nice wide roads, well established. House was built in '85, so you've got your big trees. I know there's a park right around the corner that way. We've got a light rail station right here that will take you all the way to Golden, which is another cool spot. Check out our video in Golden. And you know, that's going west. If you go east, you know, it'll take you right to downtown and Union Station. So for this neighborhood, it's really highly sought after, just because, you know, we're close to the Old Town area. You've got your public transit. We're in Jefferson County School District. Arvada is almost as west as you can get before you hit the mountains. So, you know, traffic doesn't have to be an issue. Getting up to the ski resorts, you know, I-70 is right there. I-25 isn't too far. Going east, all these houses are well maintained, well kept. All of them built in the 80s. Nice and quiet. You can see some mountain views through a couple of these eyesights here. And you know, what we'll do is wrap up here, drive around the neighborhood a little bit so you can get an idea of what's going on here, and then we'll head out to our next house. Alright, so we're at our next stop here. Came up to North Arvada, just up Wadsworth, which is one of the main thoroughfares. Actually takes you back to Old Town where we were. This house is built in 1973. It's 3-bed, 2-bath, just under 2,300 square foot, so that puts us at $254 a foot. It's an established neighborhood. Obviously these houses were all built in the 70s. At the end of the street is actually Pomona High School, one of the better high schools. Actually, all the high schools and schools in general here in Arvada are great because it's Jefferson County. You know, the top 5, I believe, in the Denver metro area out of 20. This house here is for sale. Like I said, $580,000. It's got a 2-car garage. It's well maintained. All these houses are really nice. Looks like they just poured some concrete over there. A lot of them are these tri-level styles, right? So you walk in, you can got your main level, go upstairs or downstairs. This though, just a ranch, brick ranch, very, very popular here in Colorado. I know we've seen a lot of those in some of the other videos we have. But in terms of location and things to do, right around here we've got the Arvada Center just down the street. They put on plays. I know there's art museums and exhibits that go through. They've got a sculpture garden. Lake Arbor just across the street off of Wadsworth. Another place to get out on these nice sunny days, even though it's February. Most of the snow is melting. I think we're getting another snowstorm here coming up soon. But Lake Arbor is a place to go. You can ride your bike. It's about a mile trail around there. Arvada's on the west side of kind of the suburbs of Denver, so we're much closer to the mountains. I know that there's some parks just scattered throughout the neighborhood, and they offer great views of the mountains themselves. I mean, it's quiet. I know this street kind of loops around, so not many people are driving down this street, which is great, especially for kids. You know, there's some basketball hoops out. I think there's another basketball hoop right there. Got some people walking their dogs. They might be coming this way because, well, yeah, here's the trail that goes to one of these parks that just are in the pocket. But as you can see, most of these houses are about the same, built in the 70s. The tri-levels, the one that's for sale is a ranch, so single floor living with the basement. Big lots, you can tell. I mean, this is someone's backyard here, and with this fence, so a big lot. Actually, yeah, it does back up to a park here. So that's really cool. You know, when you walk your dog or just get out and enjoy the sunshine. Yeah, it's got a playground, tennis court. You can definitely see the mountains from here. I mean, these trail systems in Colorado, they connect. I mean, you can go from here to Denver, even down to Aurora on the other side of Denver. I like this area. I actually grew up in Arvada, so it has a little soft spot in my heart. But this particular house that we went by, even though it's close to a school, you might think it's busy, but as you can tell, you know, we saw one guy walking by enjoying the outdoors, but not a lot of cars passing us by. So what we'll do is wrap up here, take a loop around some of the streets in the neighborhood, and then we'll head on to the next house. All right, so we're up here, made it out to the Candelas neighborhood, one of the newer developments they're making out here in Arvada. Just kept going west, as I mentioned. All the development keeps moving west. So this house was built in 2019. It's 4-bed, 4-bath, 4,238 square feet, listed at $875. I mean, this neighborhood, like I said, house was built in 2019. Everything out here is brand new. They're even still developing. There goes a cement truck there. But what's cool about this neighborhood, you know, they've got their own community center, pool, see pickleball courts up there, parks galore. And there's an open space with the dog park. I think it's like 440 acres. So they're really building it up out here over the past few years, adding some schools, some grocery stores. I mean, coming in, there's a coffee shop. Definitely more of the burbs out here. No, you know, Old Town. It's, I can't remember, it's about 7 miles away from here. But you know, obviously this neighborhood is well kept. The trees aren't that big right now because they're what, 4 years old. So you gotta wait for them to grow in. But as we're walking, there's a community garden right here. It looks like it'll fill in come springtime. They're kind of packed in. You can kind of see behind me. Not huge yards. This one's on the corner, so it is. But obviously with these new houses, they're trying to xeriscape as much as possible. As I mentioned before, Colorado's a dry state, not a lot of water, so as much as you can conserve, the better. The inside of this house is gorgeous. They've got a beautiful kitchen, a nice deck outside, walkout basement there with the seating area. I mean, you got walking back towards the house, looking at the mountains. And turn around and see if you can see that there. And the house is this red house here. So we're about as close as you can get to the mountains. Boulder's just up the road. Golden is that way. You can jump on I-70, get into the ski resorts and all that stuff. But this house is listed at $845, 4-bed, 4-bath. It's about $157 a square foot. Because it's so massive, there's so much space. It brings that price per square foot down, even though the price is so high. A lot of families live in here. I've got friends with kids that live a couple blocks from here. Right when we pulled up, the kids in the wagons, scooters going up and down. A lot of families out here. This community does have an HOA, but that comes, you know, what comes with that is that community center. It's got the pool. They do events in the summertime, bring in taco trucks and food trucks, things like that. Take care of the snow shoveling on the sidewalks. Your trash is included. So all you really have to take care of is your yard, and that's about it. So I think we'll wrap up. We'll drive around so you can kind of see. Like I said, they're kind of packed in here, but because the houses are so big, you know, your living space inside, you got that elbow room there instead of the yards themselves. So we'll wrap up, drive around, and give you a better layout of this Candelas neighborhood. All right, so that wraps it up for our tour around Arvada. We checked out Old Town, went a little bit north, saw that first house, kept going a little bit north near Lake Arbor, second house near Pomona, then finished up in Candelas. So I think I'm gonna wrap it up, maybe take a walk around this nice park since it's such a beautiful day. And until next time, hopefully we see you around town.